welcome to the garden. This is that cat grass that we grew from seed on a little cat grass kit. We've since transplanted it up into a little bit larger pot, gave it some more soil, and it's really grown in thick. Today I'm going to break off a chunk, or more accurately cut off a chunk, because these roots are so entwined. Sometimes it's just easier to do a hard slice through with a nice sharp knife. That way any damage is minimal. You don't damage a whole bunch of stuff hacking it apart. It's just a nice clean break. So the first thing we're going to do is just pop it out of its container. Let's take a look at these roots. These are a type of oat, so they're a tall grass. The roots aren't too bad. I was expecting a little bit more root, actually. So these are the old roots here. That's more like it. You can see just how they grow laterally. So that means if we tried to pull these apart, we'd be working with forces from both sides. So they're really gripping each other. I'm going to try and pick a spot maybe that we could part. Just about like that. And just to show you what we're struggling with here, if you try and pull them apart, there's just so much going on here. So we're just going to take our knife and cut right down the middle. So any damage is going to be minimal. You can pull them a little bit, but there. These should do just fine on their own. So we'll plant this one back inside. I like the way this one looks. I think it's a little bit smaller than this side. So the idea behind planting this outdoors is to give it a little bit better growth, see if it'll produce seeds. So if we can harvest our own cat grass, that means that one little kit with just a handful of seeds turns into a lifetime of cat grass seeds. I'm going to cut out the shape of our plug, which is kind of like a half circle. So we'll just kind of carve that out. You could amend the soil at this point with some compost, but since it's a cat grass and not a vegetable, I'm just going to plug it right in the soil. There, that's perfect. Oop, there you go, timbers. This is just going to get reburied with that soil that we uncovered here. Good to get both sides just so that you bury all those little roots. Those can dry out really quickly if they're exposed. And then you can kind of mulch around. That'll keep it nice and moist. We'll give it a good healthy drink. Really settle it in. So this will hopefully fill back in because there's just so many that I think some of these are going to bolt and produce seeds for us. These are really still nice and delicate, so we can actually take some of these from outside and bring them indoors. Little treats for the cats. Now I'm going to use indoor potting mix because we're going to take this half back inside. And you could do this all inside and then just transplant your plug. That way you're not bringing in any bugs. But I want it to get out in the fresh air today. I'm just going to settle this a little bit, brush off any excess. And that can actually just stay out in the garden. There. So this will go back indoors for the cats, and this one will hopefully produce some seed out in the full sun. Just got to keep it watered. So we'll give it a good drink. And this one too, to settle that new soil. Clean off those leaves a little bit too. And now we're ready to grow. been exactly 3 weeks since we transplanted out our catgrass. And one of these stalks is actually producing flowers and seeds. So these little seed pods here should hopefully produce a few of those oat seeds. That way we can kind of perpetuate our catgrass. This is gorgeous stuff. So here's our little seeds over here. They're looking really nice. And of course, letting those flowers produce seeds will give us a whole new batch that we can plant out indoors. That's awesome. So I hope you stay tuned and see if we can get some catgrass seeds from these little flowers. You can check out the original catgrass growing video right here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.